There's something deeply comforting about homemade pastries that usually filled with something warm, savory, and familiar. Today we're making fish pie, and this is one of those recipes that feels nostalgic. They're soft on the inside, has this feel on the outside, with a lot of flavorful fish filling. I used to have a lot of these when I was younger, and I kind of miss them, so I decided to bring back that nostalgia. So everything starts with preparing your fish sauce. You're going to wash your fish. Season simply. I like to keep my seasoning minimal because I don't want the fish sauce to overpower the whole pie. So when that is done, you're going to cook your fish gently and to perfection. Cooking it gently helps to keep the fish tender and easy to work with later. Once it's cooked, you're going to let it cool slightly before you debone and shred. You need to take your time while deboning because you do not want to choke on fish bone while enjoying your fish pie. I'd hate for that to happen to you. It's literally so frustrating. So please take your time with this step. Now that it's nicely shredded, we're going to move to begin to build the base of our sauce. For me, onions and garlic is the best starting base for any sauce that you're making. Yes, I said that. It just gives a whole different flavor to whatever sauce you're making. Here, I'm seasoning lightly as well. Remember, I already seasoned my fish. We don't want a lot of salty, a lot of spice in our fish pie. You do not want that at all. So I went in with my shredded fish, and I'm just going to scrape all of that in there. The smell in the kitchen was just wow. You need to try this. You need to try making fish pie yourself at home. Our fish sauce was looking so dry, and I added some fish broth to loosen it up. Went in with some shredded carrots, which adds sweetness, texture, and color to your filling. So you can use any veggies of your choice. You can use bell pepper, any color at all. You can use cabbage, just anything at all to add, that color, that filling to your fish sauce. So I'm going to taste for this, and the taste is balanced and complete. Now we're going to move over to our soft buttery dough. You're going to need some flour. You're going to need some margarine. I'm using Seamas margarine, some baking powder. You're going to need 3/4 cup of water. You're going to need 2 eggs and some nutmeg for subtle warmth. So the scale was reading the size of the bowl. I'm just going to tie it to a 0 and start sifting in my flour. If you've been following my channel, you know that I am so keen on sifting flour because flour just comes with a lot of rubbish from the local market. So you don't want all that yama inside your flour. You're just going to have to sift it out, and also for silkiness, for smoothness. So it's reading 298, and I'm just going to adjust it to 300. I'm using 300, and that's perfect. I'm going to add in all other dry ingredients that I'm using for this recipe, for this dough, sorry. I added some salt, some baking powder. I was trying to show you guys the measurement. Don't worry, I'm going to include all of them into the description box below. I added that nutmeg for our subtle warmth, and then sugar. I used a tablespoon of sugar and some sprinkle, but if you're not a sugar person, 1 tablespoon is enough. So I'm adding in my Seamas margarine. You can use butter. Also, my margarine was frozen. I just brought it out of the freezer. I'm using frozen margarine because it just makes your crust flaky and tender. So I forgot the measurement I used for this. I'm just going to tell my distance. Let's watch it together and know the measurement that I used. So that's the first squeeze, and whoop, 25 on the dot. I'm so proud of myself. That was a goal. And the second, okay, I used 50. Yes, I used 50 for this. Now with your clean hands, you're going to mix in the margarine into your dough. I usually like this step because it just feels so warm under my palms. It's just, I don't know, I just like it. It's comforting. So make sure you mix the butter into the dough, the margarine into the dough properly, so that you can get a crumbly texture. If you've gotten to this part of my video and you like what you watched so far, please kindly click the subscribe button and encourage me to continue. Also like my video. Thank you so much. So I added my egg at this point. I used just one egg. I'm going to mix all of that in there before going in with my water. I did not use the water all at once because I did not want my dough to be too sticky or too rough. So I'm just going to add it gradually until I come to a perfect buttery soft dough. Now that's perfect for me. I'm just going to form it into a ball and allow it to rest for some time. Next, we are going to move it over to our work surface. I'm going to flour the work surface first of all so that it doesn't stick to it. And I'm going to roll out my dough. Normally, you could divide your dough into two so that you get a thinner crust. But me, I like my crust to be a bit thick. I love it that way. But I did not use all of this dough though. Just continue watching this video to show you. I'm going to show you how I, was able to solve that problem. So I'm going to roll out my dough until I have gotten a rectangular-ish kind of shape, and I'm going to trim out all the irregular ends as well. Okay, having done that part, I'm just going to stretch it out a bit and go in with my flavorful fish filling. You guys, I forgot to tell you that I added pepper to this fish filling. I knew something was missing. So yeah, I added my pepper mix. You can do that as well if you're a pepper person. Not too much pepper though. Be careful not to overfill your filling so that it doesn't swell or bulge, looking pregnant and all that. So I guess that's enough for me. Having been done with that part, I'm just going to carefully roll in my dough. As you can see, my crust is thick, just the way that I like it. But I'm going to show you guys how I was able to manage this. So I'm going to roll in my dough until I feel like, okay, this is enough to go through before cutting out the excess. So next, I'm going to cut it into smaller sizes. Feel free to cut yours into, larger sizes. Anything you want to do at all. It's a free world. You can freestyle. Anything you want to do. Transfer all of that to your well-oiled pan. You don't want it sticking to your pan. You can use a parchment paper or a tin foil as well. We're going to move over to the next. Just basically repeat the same thing that we did earlier. this is what we have from everything that we've done so far. 8 cuts of fish pies. Remember, you can double or half my recipe. Now, using an egg wash, you're going to gently coat the top of your fish pie to give it that glossy, shiny, brownish look. Remember, the eyes eat first before any other thing. When you're done with that, you're going to pop it into your oven to bake for 25 to 30 minutes. And voila, our fish pie is ready. It looked so good. It tasted even better than it looks. And this brought back so many memories. I hope you try this recipe. And if you've watched to this point, kindly subscribe to my channel for more recipes. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Bye.